Hello humans, it's just Martine, and this weekend I'm going to be attempting a 12 in 48 reading challenge. In the past on my channel, I've done many a 24 in 48 reading challenge, and so you might be wondering to yourself, why do less? But here's the dealio. All of the books that I want to and need to be reading right now are books that I should be and want to be reading with my eyeballs. And the thing is, every time I've made a 24 in 48 hour challenge in the past, and I've succeeded, it has been because of audiobooks. And so if I want to do a reading challenge without the audiobooks, I am trying to not be completely delusional. So not 24 in 48, but 12. But the catch is eyeballs only. If my eyeballs survive filming this intro in direct sunlight. It hurts. It's currently Friday afternoon, 3:53. I'm aiming for a 4 p.m. start time so that this ends Sunday, 4 p.m. Ebooks, physical books, as long as it's reading with my eyeballs, it counts. What else is there to say about it? We're gonna be keeping up with my progress, how I'm feeling, all of those things. The magical, wonderful things. I really just wanted an excuse for a fun reading weekend, so this is that excuse. And it helps that this way I will have a video for today. Without further ado, in 5 minutes, I'm gonna start reading. It is just past 5 o'clock and I just hit 1 hour of reading. I read the last 55 minutes of a book for an upcoming vlog, and then I read a couple pages of a TBR crime book. So yeah. And now I'm gonna go and get dinner. While I'm walking to dinner, whenever it's safe to do so, I will be reading, but I probably won't read while I'm actually eating, so we'll see. I think my goal for tonight is to get to a solid 3 hours of reading. What else to say? How am I feeling? I have a headache, but that's not from this. I had a headache this afternoon while I was working. If it gets worse, I'll take something for it, but for right now, I'm just going along. Other than that, I'm feeling pretty good. I had a bit of trouble focusing on my read at first just because I dropped in and had a bunch of action sequences in a row, but I feel like I'm settled now and more focused. 1 out of 12 down. Okay, so it's 6:44 and I just hit the 2 hour reading mark. So basically what had happened was, while I went to get dinner, I did half an hour of reading in the 5 o'clock hour. And then I came back and talked to my dad a little bit and then did another half hour of reading. So at 2 hours out of the 3 that I'm aiming for tonight, although getting more than that would be great. Whew, what do I want to do right now? Do I feel like I can keep going for a little bit? Or should I take a break and do some of my self-care things first, like journal for today? I might do some of those to tick them off a list. Yeah, just to reset my mind, because I think the next reading thing that I'm going to do is start a new book. And so, yeah, I think I need to take a step back from reading for just a second in order to do that well, especially because it's a fantasy book. So I'm it's going to take brain power to set up the story, methinks. Maybe the goal by 7:30 I'll be reading again? That seems fair. Update, it's 7:20 p.m. and I just took my little break. I journaled, I sent a voice memo to a friend, I gave myself a couple of hugs, and then I played a little game on crazygames.com or something. It's this one where you basically match these cards together to cook food. It's like a restaurant game, but in card format, but also online. Very confusing to explain. Regardless, I played that for a few minutes, and that's called Balance. So now that we feel more balanced, let's get back to reading. It is just past 8:30 p.m. and I'm a little over 3 hours of reading into my challenge. Hooray! And feeling good, but I want to maintain that good feeling, so here's the plan for the rest of the night. My goal for tonight was to get to 3 hours, so I accomplished that. So right now what I'm going to do is watch some TV and have a snack, then I'll get myself ready for bed, then I'll read until I fall asleep. which will not add much time to my total, but will be something. And then we'll hit the ground running tomorrow. So a successful first night of the challenge. Hooray. To clarify, I could totally just keep reading tonight, but strategically, I think it is best to stop reading for a bit because I don't want to resent reading tomorrow. I want to prime myself to be very excited to read tomorrow. So that's the goal. That's the vision.
How do you know she... In 1994...
Good morning. Happy Saturday. Last night I got maybe 30 minutes more of reading done, so I'm at around 3 hours, 40-ish minutes of reading so far for this. It's just before 9 a.m. My hope was to get started by 9 today or around 9, so we're on track for that. I'm a bit dehydrated. I think yesterday I just didn't drink enough water. Gator Light's the first thing this morning. This one was recommended to me by my cardiologist, so I'll be drinking that while I read. The goal for today is to read at least 6 hours, because that would put me now at less than 3 hours to read tomorrow, which would be perfect. So 6 hours, that's the reading goal for today. I don't have anything else planned for today, so that should be feasible. It'll just take some dedication. So we're gonna get right to it. I'll let you know when anything interesting happens, I guess. Hello there. It's just past 11 and I've officially hit 2 hours of reading for the day. Woo! This brings my total to 5 hours and 40 minutes. So almost actually halfway there. That's exciting. It's going well. I'm like doing a good job with longer reading sprints today. I was reading from 2 books so far this morning, and for each of them I read an hour straight, which is crazy for me. I never do that. We love that energy. I'm enjoying the books I'm reading, which always helps. And now will be a good time to pause for lunch. I'll probably read a bit on the way to and from lunch unless I don't feel like it, because I feel like 2 hours is a solid start to the day. I need a bit of a break. So actually, now that I think of it, I'll probably listen to music on my way to lunch, at lunch, and back from lunch. I'll bring my Kindle just in case though. Always gotta be ready to read. Hello, it's just before 1 p.m. I'm back from my lunch break and I've done a bit of reading, both like partially on my lunch break and then now, so that today I have officially hit 3 hours of reading for the day. So I'm halfway to today's goal and more than halfway through the full goal of the vlog because I'm over 6 hours into reading out of my 12. So that's exciting. As you saw on my lunch break, I enjoyed a bit of a walk, seeing the sights, enjoying nature. I also stopped by the little market on campus and picked up some Nerds gummy clusters to accompany me for the rest of my reading afternoon. So I'm stoked about this. Still enjoying all the books I'm reading, feeling pretty good. Something really sad just happened in one of the books, so I'm not thrilled about that, but it is what it is. Back to reading I go. It is just past 2 o'clock, and I have officially hit 4 hours of reading today. Out of my goal of 6. So unless something crazy happens, I'll succeed at that. I am tired right now though, so I think I'm probably gonna take a little break. Maybe watch YouTube, shut off my brain. That sounds nice. It's just past 4:30, and I have successfully reached 6 hours of reading for the day. Woo! I know I didn't update you much for the past 2 hours of reading, but that's because I just looked like this. You know, content-wise, unfortunately, that's what an intense reading challenge looks like. A lot of me just reading. With that said, since I've hit my goal early for the day, I'm currently at, what is it, 9.5 hours of reading done for the challenge. So I have 2.5 hours left to go, which is absolutely more than doable because it's been just over 24 hours. So with that said though, I think I'm going to have a well-deserved lengthy break. The plan right now is for me to take a break until 8 p.m. when slumber party reading sprints start for the night. But it kind of depends. If I feel like reading, I'll read. If not, I won't. Happy Sunday. I've got something a little silly to admit. So last night I did in fact read some more. The Throwback Book Club was having some slumber party reading sprints, so I was watching those and reading along for a while until I got too sleepy. And so it turns out that at the end of yesterday, I'd like 11 hours and almost 40 minutes of total reading for the challenge so far, which means I only have like 20 minutes of reading left. The reason that's so silly is because I was completely aware of how much reading I had done before I went to bed. I simply could not keep my eyes open for another 20 minutes just to finish the challenge last night, so we'll be finishing it this morning. It's just past 8:30, so let's see if I can finish this challenge before 9 a.m. Just past 9 a.m., and I've officially read for 12 hours between Friday, Saturday, and today. Just a note for all my Bookly users, I did not read anything on Friday before I officially started this challenge, so all of my Friday reading is for this challenge. 12 hours, over 800 pages. I finished 2 of my current reads. I read over half of another book. I'm quite pleased with how this went, and the fact that I have like all day on Sunday left to do whatever I want, which is great. I can confirm that I would not have been able to successfully complete a 24 and 48, or maybe I could have, but I would have been miserable, and I think that's important to remember. The thing about 24 and 48s, the reason I'd have to use audiobooks is because sometimes you need to be doing something other than just looking at words. So whether that's working on a craft while you're listening, or going on a walk where you can actually look at the world around you while listening, all those things help me maintain my sanity during a 24 and 48. And so if I try to do a 24 and 48 with just eyeball reading, I would just be upset. 12 and 48 can do. A nice incentive to get some solid reading in for the weekend, I think. What are my other reactions to this success? Always weird when I read books I can't tell you about, but a lot of the books that I've been reading for this vlog, you'll see in next week's video. So get excited. I'm gonna end this one here and go enjoy the rest of my weekend. I'll probably end up reading more, but I don't have to for this challenge. I've succeeded, so that feels good. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and comment down below. Have you ever done a crazy reading challenge but only used eyeball reads instead of relying on audiobooks? And if so, how did that go? And subscribe for more bookish and college lifestyle content. And until next time, bye humans, bye!